Hi, my dearest, most esteemed and wonderful viewers. This is Vasilina Orlova with you again. And I turned on this recording to talk about Kamala Harris' motto, Unburdened but by what has been. Now, I don't have any plan to talk about, which, is a feature of some of these videos. This time I don't really have any big idea that I would like to kind of highlight and be making myself going back to. But I still am compelled to record this video. I'm hoping it's not going to be a long one, but at the same time, I don't want to permit myself to record a longer video if it goes to that. I don't know what direction it will take, but I just wanted to highlight for myself, more than for you, but also for you because you are here, and I'm very grateful that you are here. Highlight that I find this motto, which I don't even know if it belongs to Kamala Harris really. It's just something that is being associated with her. I get it that she said something to this effect, but now it's kind of spread all over the place. Again, associated with her, unburdened by what has been. I think that this is a very wonderful motto, that's a very American motto to me, the way it sounds like. It's a motto that would appear to interrupt a certain flow of event and allow the person, the human being, to interject within this flow, to disrupt this flow, and apparently to make some sort of decision in this flow. To me, unburdened by what has been is very compelling because obviously a lot of stuff happened. It constantly goes back to us, what has happened with us in the past. And it constantly kind of preoccupies and abstracts our present moment. This is the mindfulness idea that if you are able to focus on the current situation that is right now around you, you are better off than if you're constantly ruminating about the past or escaping into the future in the fantasies, in the ideas that can or can never happen. So unburdened by what has been is this general idea that the human being has agency and the human being has freedom and the human being has the possibility of interrupting whatever conditions they have already encountered, interrupting being conditioned or having the ability to build new conditions for themselves, I guess. And I think that this is an entrepreneurial, optimistic kind of motto that allows us to imagine a future. And I think that I think it is cultural to a degree, and it is American to me, because I think this is a feature in general of the American culture to be entrepreneurial, to be optimistic, to be upbeat. Whereas, for example, in the culture that I'm coming from, which would be Russian culture, there is a lot of apathy, a lot of feeling that you are very small, you cannot intervene into whatever is going on. And at this point, I don't really subscribe to this view, but I remember feeling like that. I remember feeling that whatever I say is insignificant, for instance, whatever I can do in principle, it will not impact the big, for instance, historic processes. And I know it will not to a degree, but at the same time, I also think that the stances that we take and the opinions that we develop political opinions, the opinions about philosophical matters, right? For example, because some of these political opinions are very close to philosophical matters. How the society should be built, what the human is, what we strive for, whether we can be free or not, and to what degree if we can. So all of these things are important in the context of one's own life, and you do participate by taking the stance in the big historical processes. So I kind of divorced from this idea that my opinions do not matter and political stances do not matter, what is happening doesn't matter. I mean, not entirely. I still am very much sometimes within this framework because it's a cultural framework. You cannot really undo it through the individual efforts to a degree. But at the same time, I've been exposed to American culture for a long time. For 12 years, or maybe even 13 years right now. And I do think that this is American, the upbeat attitude, the idea that everything that is still going to happen, it has the potential or the ability to be started with a clean slate. It has the potential, it has meaning. You can be unburdened by what has been. So I think that this idea, this political motto, this political stance that is more than political, it's stoic, it's philosophical, it has roots definitely in the European and Eastern European philosophy. This idea is amazingly inspiring. And I do observe others who are able to kind of join into this idea. So even though it is American for me, it's not limited to Americans, obviously, and it's not limited to American culture. It is a very open-minded and open-ended approach to whatever it is that is happening. And I do think that this is great that we have this idea in circulation. So this is what I had in mind about this motto of us being potentially unburdened by what has been. It's not, I think that, of course, it's a surface of this entire idea, and you can definitely delve deeper, but this is just something that I had in mind and I wanted to share. And I'm hoping you are having a good day. Everything is fine. Life is great, rewarding, and hopefully your day is going to be great. Bye-bye.